So today, as I drove in, I noticed the immediate impact of the changes to the highway code. For starters, every cyclist I passed appeared to be driving in the middle of the road, and there were a lot of them. It was very, very annoying. Now, the last run-in I had with the highway code was that speed awareness course after I went a bit over the limit. I mean, I held an unblemished record, no points whatsoever for the last 30 years. Sadly, though, once I'd broken the spell, I couldn't stop myself from acquiring more and topping them up just in time for the previous ones to clear. I'm now up to 6. In the latest 3 I managed to acquire in November last year, just in time for the earlier 3 to clear in August this year. Now, on my speed awareness course, I learned a lot of stuff that I thought I already knew, but it turns out I didn't know it. So basically, this latest update means people facing greater risk will be prioritised. So here's the order: pedestrians, cyclists, and then, well, of course, it's motorists at the very bottom, and the bigger you are, well, the lower down you go. The motorist was always the last one anyway, but I'm pleased to see the shift in narrative for cyclists versus pedestrians. The latter do not own the road, and although these changes might make it look that way. So let me pick out my favourite 3 from the highway code, the new changes, or at least there are about 50 of them in total. At number 3, when opening car doors, drivers and passengers must use their hand on the opposite side. For example, their left hand to open the door on their right. It's called the Dutch reach and encourages people to turn their head and look over their shoulder before they open the door. I'll give it a go now and let me see. Reach my water. Yes, I think it's something like that. I can see how it works, although I could probably do it easier, just as easy and not even bother to look. Just reminding people that instead, why don't they just remind people to use their mirrors and their eyes? Because I can still do the reach, as you see, but you notice I didn't even need to look over my shoulder. And the other thing is, some people might find it harder than others. Some who are more rotund might struggle. Let's, Danny, give it a go.
Oh, yeah.
He's really hammed it up. Well, I mean, there's more of him to love. It's all good. So at number 2, drivers overtaking more vulnerable road users, i.e. cyclists, should leave at least 1.5 metres, that's about 5 feet, when travelling at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. But if you're going faster, you should at least leave 2, especially when there's no pavement. So basically, putting you, the driver, completely on the other side of the road. I suppose that is fair enough. I think I probably leave about that much space in any case. But it also encourages cyclists to ride side by side, which is most annoying, because I read about one motorist who was trapped by a pack of them yesterday when this new thing came in. He was behind them for miles and they laughed and jeered at him. At number 1, my favourite on the ridiculous scale, crossing junctions. Motorists and cyclists should give way when pedestrians are crossing or waiting to cross a junction. So, if you're on foot and suddenly decide to step into the road, the motorist or cyclist must automatically work out that you're about to do this. Well, that's not going to work, is it? I mean, basically, you must now psychically predict whether someone is about to step into the road. Or, as the AA President Edmund King pointed out, drivers are likely to get hit by another vehicle from behind if they stop on a busy road suddenly to allow someone to cross. Now, listen, I agree with some of these new changes. I mean, some of the others, though, in my eyes, must have been thought up by somebody who's never driven before, or maybe a cyclist. It could even be the same people that came up with the concept of smart motorways. I have every respect for all road users, including cyclists. I admire their nerve. But if there is to be more ownership of the road, then there needs to be more accountability. Cyclists could also pay a road levy, or at the very least pay insurance.